Hey guys, it's your girl Rashida with another episode of Miss Goodie's Kitchen. And I'm so excited, guys. It's Thanksgiving, it's roasting season. So I'm here with the second part of my three-part series for how to make the perfect turkey. So the perfect turkey that's moist, well seasoned, and presentable for your guests or whoever you want to impress. Alright? So the first video I did, you guys can go check that out, was on how to make a brine. Brine is something that's very important because it adds moisture to your turkey. And now I'm going to show you guys how to season this turkey so that it's flavorful. It helps the turkey be tender and, get you ready for the truss, which is the third part coming up. All right, so let's get started. So the first thing you're going to do is whatever pan you're going to use. I'm using a full pan. It is what it is. Because I feel like this is what most people use on Thanksgiving, especially if you have a huge family. You don't have time to be scrubbing and doing all this extra. So I'm using a full pan. But whatever pan you want to use, you can use it. But I'm just using this because this is what most people use where I'm from. But whatever you want to use, you can use it. So I just want to put that out there because I don't want anyone to think that I'm cheap or something like that. So anyway, so now I'm going to spray my pan with coconut oil, whatever you have. I'm using coconut spray. And then we're gonna make a meal pie. So the first part of it is just onions, which I already sliced. So you're gonna put that down inside of whatever pan you're using. And this is gonna be the base to help elevate the turkey. Okay, and then it's oh my god. Yeah. Alright, so I add in my onions so far to my meal pie. Now I'm gonna add in some carrots. So these carrots, they're the baby carrots. You can either put them in whole or cut them in half. I'm gonna cut them in half a little bit. Simple. Alright, take those carrots and put them in the pan as well. And these are gonna be great because they're gonna be very tender, and you can use these for when you're making your gravy. All right. So this step, I actually learned this when I was in culinary school. And seriously, after I learned how to do this, I was just like, look, there's no other way. So now I'm showing it to you guys. Just trust me on this. This is what you want to do. This is a classical French technique, the mille feuille, which is actually a French word. Don't ask me what it means in French because I don't know. So lastly, we need celery. So I'm going to cut the celery. And then I'm just going to take this, take out only a few stems. That's all I need. And then let me rinse this a little bit. Now we're going to add celery. Big chops, quick and easy. You can, I don't use the very end. Just me. Take that and add that in there to your pan. So you can see that your milk pie is colorful. Alright? So just enough to cover like the base of the pan. That's how much you need. So now let's get the turkey and season it. Here's for the turkey. Yeah, so I have a huge turkey. So I'm going to tell you guys what I do and how I season my turkey. So I have it here just on a sheet pan. Usually I'm doing this near the sink area, but because I want you guys to see everything, I'm going to show you. So the first thing that I do is I season my turkey. So I start with some adobo. I'm going to put that in there. Some Mrs. Dash. Whatever seasonings you use, you can use that. Some garlic powder. And of course, if you go on my website, all of the written ingredients are there. Some sazon. One packet of that. And then I'm going to use some paprika as well, which I love, smoked paprika. take all of these, I'm gonna mix it up just like that so you guys can see. I'm gonna start seasoning my turkey. Now, when you're seasoning your turkey, do you see that color already? When you're seasoning your turkey, you want to really massage it in. And then we're also going to get underneath the skin, which a lot of people forget to do, and that's very, very important. I am keeping the gizzard in, but sometimes you can take it out, or you can just put it on the bottom because it helps with the gravy. Or you can make a stock with that. Utilize every piece. So I'm going to make sure that I'm seasoning inside my turkey as well. Now, one thing about us Jamaican people, we want to make sure that our meat does not look white at all. Like, it cannot look white. If it looks white, it's not cooked. Like, they just look at you like, why does the chicken look so white? Why it look white? They don't know why. But we brown everything. We make sure everything is seasoned well. And that's just what we do. So anyway, so pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm going to season this turkey and make sure that the whole turkey is covered in seasoning. So after I do this side, I'm going to flip it and I'm going to do the back part again. All right, guys, so I turned over my turkey and I'm basically getting it popping right now. I got to lift up underneath the arms, just like if you're bathing a child. If you ever bathe a child, this is what you're doing. You're covering the whole thing in seasoning. Your whole turkey needs to be seasoned, not just one side. All right, now I flip it back over. Make sure the wings are seasoned. Got my little season mixture blend. Everything needs to be seasoned. Under the legs, all of that. All right, inside. All right, perfect. So now that it looks seasoned and not white, we're going to add the butter. So this is something else I learned in culinary school. So I'm using softened butter. Okay, if you have unsalted butter, you can use that, or whatever butter you have, you can use that. So now you're just gonna take this, just soften it just like that. You can soften it in a bowl. One of my friends from culinary school, what she would do was put the seasoning inside the butter and then put the seasoning mixture on the turkey like that. Either way is fine because the same thing. You're still putting the seasoning in there. But me, I like to see exactly how much seasoning to turkey ratio is going in. If you add it to the butter, then you're not really sure how much seasoning. I like to make sure everything's seasoned first. So there I go with the butter. I put it inside the turkey. Putting it in just like that. I'm going all inside. You gotta go all the way in. Now, I'm going to season this side as well. Put the butter in there. I'm going to slightly lift the skin. So when you lift the skin, you're going to take your 2 fingers and kind of just spread out like that. So this is important because a lot of times when we make turkey, we realize that the breast is the most dry part, right? Yes, it is. Okay, so this is going to help because butter is a fat. So it's going to add more fat to the breast, which is going to help it stay moist. So you just want to push all that butter underneath the skin as far as you can go. There's no wrong way to do this. And the skin is not going to rip. I've done this so many times. I think it ripped on me once. I'm not going to lie. Just be gentle. You'll be fine. In addition to that, you're going to put the butter near the wings. You're going to leave it like that so that it can just all stay in there. Wherever there's a crevice, you want to put the butter. So now, guys, I have the turkey here that I've been massaging. I put the butter underneath and all of that stuff. So now let me just wipe my hands really quick, and I'm going to add more butter. But before I do that, I also like to add my green seasoning. So this green seasoning, which I can't open because my hands. Okay. This green seasoning is basically a mixture of like onion, celery, thyme, cilantro, garlic, and you add that on there as well. This is really good. Now you could, it's like a sofrito kind of, but more on a Caribbean basis. I'm just gonna add some of that on there. It's really, really good tenderizer for your turkey. Because remember, we want to add all of this stuff to make sure that our turkey stays moist. No one wants a nasty, dry turkey that not even gravy can help. All right, guys. So now that the outside of the turkey is seasoned to perfection, now we're gonna work on the inside. Like, you ever get a piece of turkey and the inside, you want to make sure the inside tastes like the outside, right? All right. So this is what we're gonna do. So now I'm gonna take some garlic. I sliced it in half. I'm gonna leave the skin on and all that stuff. Got that all in there. Very, very important. Trust me, you guys can thank me later. So if you have a big piece of garlic, basically we want to make sure the inside of this turkey is filled. It's gonna be packed. And then when we trust it, we're gonna make sure it's closed so none of this stuff will fall out. Anyway, so put that in there. And then I have some rosemary, gonna put that in there too. Some sage, put that in there too. See how much stuff could fit inside? Some bay leaf, we're gonna put that in there too. Some more rosemary, some oregano, put that in there. Perfect. And I have some more space, so I'm gonna put, like, that's just how I eyeball it. If it's still space for stuff in there, I'm gonna keep adding stuff in there until it's full, because what it's gonna all do is just roast inside and just add more flavor to your turkey. So it's important. Not only do you want to season the outside of your turkey, but the inside too. You're welcome. I just showed you guys how to season a turkey to perfection. This is a gift. Now I want you to take this gift with you to my next video, because now you need to learn how to trust the turkey so that it's not falling apart while you're cooking it and it's all over the place, and by the time you put it on the table to serve it, it looks crazy. All right, so you guys know what to do. Comment, like, subscribe. Go visit MissGoodiesKitchen.com. The link is below, and you can see the full measurements and directions with pictures on how to do this recipe at home in addition to my video. All right, guys, see you next time.